I don't see it being wrong with you marrying someone that you see has potential. I mean, I personally don't think that you should get married to somebody that you don't see is trying to grow. Welcome
to the J&O Show,
where we talk about
things that we were never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to our channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you can know when we upload, because you never want to miss an episode. Also, if you guys are new here, if you have ideas for show topics, please put them in the comment section and write hashtag next show, so that way we can easily filter through and give you more of what you want. All right. So today we are actually going to be talking about you should marry based on who the person is and not who they will become.
This is gonna be interesting because this is one. Last time we talked about this, there was like a little bit of a disagreement. So it'll be great to see me and O go toe for toe. I mean toe for toe, toe to toe. Me and O go toe to toe. Yes.
So I'm just gonna start off the rip and say that I don't think that there's anything wrong with marrying someone who you see potential in. Not saying that you marry someone in hopes of you changing them, but I think, especially depending on when you get married, like if you get married relatively young, a person may not necessarily have fully come into their own, but you may see certain things there, you know, you see potential in that person, see them doing more just based on what they're currently doing with their life or what have you.
Girl, get your life, okay?
Things that they talk about, things that they aspire to, they may not have necessarily gotten there yet, but it's something that you know that they're on the road to, or you can see it in them. So I don't personally think there's anything wrong with you marrying somebody like that, but he think different. So go on and tell the people what you think.
Okay, so now this came because there was a lot of conversations going on around the internet in the relationship sector about women saying that they want to marry a guy who quote unquote has potential. He don't got to be rich. He don't got to be well off. He just has to have potential. And I was like, ooh, recipe for disaster. That's I believe we.
Wait, but that's not the conversation that's going on. That's not the conversation.
No. That's a side. That's like one of the side points.
Okay.
Because the whole thing was, he was saying he kept going, what's wrong with a regular guy, like a normal guy, your average guy? And by your average guy, I don't mean average as in he's unremarkable. I mean average as in, you know, in the social structure, the socio-economic structure of the United States. This guy falls in the middle. He's not upper class, he's not lower class, he's middle class. Regular guy making $40,000-$50,000 a year, you know, has a what you would consider a regular job, or, you know, back in the day, you know, it was a good job. He had a good job.
That boy is good.
You know, you're working for the city or you're working for the government, so you got good benefits and all of that other stuff, and you're making, you know, whatever the median salary for most people in America is. And the women kept on saying, no, you know, I could do that, but if he has potential. He was like, no, this is all he will ever be. Like this, like don't. And then when I saw that, I was like, yo, you should not go into marriage like based on the potential of what you think someone will be. I said, yo, what you're marrying is what's in front of you, because you have no clue where that's going to go from here. And I think for me, because of the unique mixture of love versus the trade-off, because there's a sector of people who only believe in the trade-off and believe love has nothing to do with marriage and it's all about the trade-off. There are things that I want from you as a woman and there are things you want from me as a man, and we match up and we should get married. It's not about love, it's about the trade-off.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then there's another sector of people who are just like, it's all about love. It's not so much about the trade-off. Everything is negotiable as long as we love each other.
Okay.
And I'm saying, because I think in our perspective, it's a unique both. And I think that that's one of the things that a lot of people are missing, and why we have so many marriages that are failing, is because people don't understand that it has to be both. Most people who end up radically on one side or the other, those are the ones I'm seeing getting divorced. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, it just sort of is, and not all of them. Of course, there's always outliers. I'm talking about the majority.
Okay.
And it for me, I'm just like, you don't know what's gonna happen to any person or anything.
Even you're right. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. Even if the person is established, you don't know.
Right.
You know what could happen.
Right, and that's where I believe the love part comes in.
Right, but so
I love it when we just don't just sit here agree and just feed y'all stuff. Like, it's good to see us have debate.
No, what I was gonna say, but still, so you don't think that. How am I trying to say? So you don't think that a woman should marry a guy who has potential?
No. It's not saying who has potential.
Okay. Well, that's all I'm saying, is that the guy, I don't see it being wrong with you marrying someone that you see has potential. I mean, I personally don't think that you should get married to somebody that you don't see is trying to grow. Because to me, potential is growing.
No. I'm talking marrying based off of potential.
Like, that's the only reason why you get married?
So, right. Like, I like you and all of that. You know, you cute. We get along. We have a good relationship. And the reason that I'm okay marrying you is because I see you have the potential to be more. Like, we have all of these other things, and what's the word? I'm settling with you because I see that you have the potential to be more than you are right now. Well, and that's the mentality that I'm coming from now, because to me, I don't think that you're gonna marry somebody that you don't think has potential. Period. Right. But the question for me is potential to what? And I think that's the last time we were talking about it. That's what I said. I said potential for what? Potential to make a certain amount of money. Potential to be highly effective in society, like to be out there and put in, even if I'm volunteering
for whatever
or something.
It is. I don't know. Usually when two people come together, they have some type of like-mindedness. Right. So I'm thinking that with you having a like-mindedness, that you share common goals, or you both aspire to be something. So whatever that potential is that you see in them, you see that potential in them aspiring to be whatever it is that you both kind of have commonality in, common goals.
Which is fine. But what I'm saying is, I see that part of it, right? And I get it. We both have goals, and we both have things we're trying to achieve, right? And you having goals is an important thing to me as I'm marrying you, because you have a direction. You're going somewhere, right? A purpose, if you will, right? You have a purpose, and you're chasing it, right? I'm saying, if you're marrying them at this point, you want a person to have direction, right? So if that's what you're talking about when you're saying potential, I would probably say, I would rather you say the person is zoned in on their purpose and they have direction, as opposed to saying they have potential. Because potential means that there's some type of end goal. Like there's a I expect you to be here. That's potential. You have the potential to be here. That's potential. Okay. Direction and purpose is you have direction. You're going somewhere. You're actively trying to get somewhere, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a defined plateau. When you say somebody has potential, you're always comparing them to, I expect you to be on, you have the potential to be here. Potential usually is very specific as to the heights to which a person expects you to rise. So that's why I was like, potential and direction and purpose to me are different things, essentially. Okay. So when you say potential, that's why I was like, potential to do what? So are you saying this person has the potential to make X amount of money? Are you saying this person has the potential to have a successful business? This person has the potential to what?
It could be, I don't know. Like I said, it depends on whatever it is, that thing, that commonality that brings those two people together. Whatever they're aspiring to, whatever their goals are, you see potential in that person actually achieving that.
And thing. I still think that what you walking down the aisle with is what you're gonna get. Well, that's the only, and the reason I say that is, it can almost, the disillusionment that we were talking about, phase 3 of love.
Okay.
I say, when you walk into the relationship, yes, you want them to have direction and you want them to have purpose. I'm with you on that.
Okay.
I think that even though that is something that you have, they have drive, they have desire, this, all of that, that's all great. But at the end of the day, if you want to talk about making your marriage last, all you got is what's right in front of you. And to be funny, you don't even know that all the way until y'all. And now I'm talking about the old traditional model of marriage where you don't live together prior to getting married. Right. Now, because to me, if you're taking the step that we're talking about and you're not married and you're just moving, like you're making the decision to move in, that's the same time at which you should be making this decision. Marriage is a little bit more complicated because, you got the legal ramifications, you're tied together, you're financially tied together and everything, whereas you just live together, unless as long as it's under the 10-year common law married thing, you can still be separated, like relatively easy in compared to marriage. Right. But I'm talking about, like once you cross over to that situation, like you don't even 100% know who they are right now because of how relationships are going through the dating stage. And I think you and I were having that conversation a few days ago. Yeah. Like how you don't really know nobody. Like she was saying she didn't know how dark and twisty I was. And I was like, but every time I went out with you, like, it was a date. Even though we didn't feel like we were going out on dates, it was still a date. Like I was going, like I was making special time just for you. You didn't get to see me sitting at home sad and upset and all this other stuff because you weren't around me all the time. Right. But I'm saying, I think that when you get married, that you almost have to go into it just with who they are right now. I don't think there's anything else that you can really have in your mind because you can end up being disappointed and disillusioned. Okay. And I think I think that could lead to the end of that relationship. I think there are some relationships out there that end because, that disillusionment comes in there because they're not achieving what you thought they would achieve or they're not doing what you thought they would do. I mean, we ourselves have experienced greatly how life can just alter who you are so dramatically in the course of your relationship. It's crazy how different I am now than 10 years ago. Better yet, we going on year 16 now. Forget 16 years ago. Like just 10 years ago, I was different. And I'm telling y'all, look, you in a relationship, just accept them for who and where they are right now. Not to mention any type of calamities that may befall or may happen. Just radical life changes, changes in mindset about life, that the economy, quarantine. Anything can happen because a lot of people got some real relationship checks when that quarantine hit. You was used to being able to be out and moving around with your without your partner or whatever, and now you're stuck in the house with them. And they were saying how many people were having all of these relationship problems because they were stuck at home with their mate. Bro, I never want to get into a situation where I'm locked in the house with my wife and I feel stuck.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And that's what will happen for a lot of people who only think about it like love ain't a thing in marriage. It's about what I can get and you can get. Yeah, that quarantine happened. Bruh. And you sitting up in the house with this person and everything is just about the convenience or the trade-off that you got when you got married. Okay, tried that way. Let me know how that went for you.
I was about to say, let us know how that worked.
Yeah, let us know how that went for you.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, that's what we wanted to share.
I'm chatting
today, just to put that out there, and also something that I think we probably had to do another video on. But I kind of thought about it when you were. I can't remember exactly what you said, but you said something that made me think of it about how sometimes when people they've been in a long-term relationship for a long time and then they get married and things change or the person changes. Like, why is it that the person changes? Why does it seem as though the person has changed after they get married? But that's a whole nother topic that we'll probably do.
Okay.
At a later date.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. But anywho, that's going to wrap it up for today's topic, guys. We hope that you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys back here next week. Until then, deuces.
Press the out button.